opportunities over here for work.
The reason a lot of people come over here is just because this just is a city thriving on a big Irish history.
I moved away from Ireland just to get away from the small towns. There's better opportunity over in a big city like Liverpool.
It's a lot harder to get a course that you actually like back home as well and getting into it. And as for jobs, they are few and far between.
Moved in, there was 10 people in my flat and 7 of them were Irish. So there's just a huge Irish community here. It felt like home immediately. And I think the Irish are some of the friendliest people in the world, but Liverpool gives us a run for our money.
Thousands of students make the move from Northern Ireland to Liverpool for university each year. I want to discover why. Is it because of the lack of opportunities in Northern Ireland, the student cap, or something else? When I chose my UCAS options, there was only one course for journalism in the whole of Northern Ireland. So I felt I had to move. Our story starts across the Irish Sea in Northern Ireland. Belfast has 4 universities alone, but why are thousands of Northern Irish students going over the water to study? To fully understand what the reasons are for so many students not being able to stay at home for university, I took a trip to Smalachy's High School in Castlewellan, Northern Ireland, to speak to Peter Hines, head of Year 14, about this topic and why Northern Irish students are being so disadvantaged.
We tend to find that because of the limits on the number of places that students are allowed in the north. Another issue is that we have a lot of students now that choose vocational based subjects, and Queen's predominantly wouldn't really accept a lot of those. Students who even want to do teaching, the likes of St Mary's University College there, will not see their distinction stars as distinction stars, as A stars. They will only see them as A's, so therefore they're disadvantaged because of the subjects that they have chosen. What we're dealing with in the north is the pass rate and the success rate of students over here tends to be very high. The international students that the likes of Queen's and Ulster tend to attract would be very high achieving students. So we tend to find that the courses that our students want to apply for here, a lot of them actually will not get the grades, even though they have got really good A-level grades. They won't even have the grades to get an offer put on that. So yes, they are being disadvantaged by the cap.
One of the main reasons the students are struggling is because of the student cap on Northern Irish universities. The cap has been criticised for limiting opportunities for young people and potentially hindering the regional economy, with some describing it as a brain drain. Some argue that removing the cap would allow more young people to stay and study in Northern Ireland and boost the local economy and workforce. I spoke to Mark Lee, the Director of Higher Education at Stormont, on what effects this cap has on young people.
We're the only part of the UK that has a kind of formal number cap in place. There are some limitations on what they do in Scotland, for instance. But if we say we're the only part of the UK with a formal number cap, there are a lot of people would say that actually that drives up the grade requirements for universities and university colleges here. And certainly I know, if you want to study pharmacy in Northern Ireland, you need really good grades to get in there. Same with teaching at primary level.
Let's head back to Liverpool. Liverpool is viewed as the closest connection to Ireland all the way back to famine times, whereas the first stop on the boat to refuge. Over the years, it has become engrossed in Irish culture and is viewed as the second capital of Ireland. Liverpool Irish Centre is the heart of Irish culture, from the Irish language classes to GAA to Irish dancing. Places like this help Irish students and Irish people that move over to Liverpool feel a sense of home. Kevin Cuddy, committee member, was originally from Galway and moved to Liverpool over a decade ago.
Teach Irish here on a Wednesday evening to people, which is absolutely terrific, bringing the language back to the city. It's fabulous the work done with Conor na Gaeilge in relation to that, and just as a whole the centre is just absolutely amazing, I think, for Irish people. The amount of things that go on here, we have pantos, Irish dancing, the music classes, Coltus here on a Monday night. Friendly place, you'll always meet so many people both from Ireland and from here, second generation, third generation, which is terrific. I think everyone's got that common goal. It's just a lovely place to be. It's a really nice centre from a really nice city, I guess, yeah.
According to a survey I sent out to Northern Irish students in Liverpool, 34.7% of students said they moved to Liverpool because of their course, while 38.8% said they wanted to get away from home. When I asked the students why, I got some interesting answers, like Liverpool is a home away from home. But why is this? According to university websites, 10% of Liverpool Hope students are from Northern Ireland. In Liverpool John Moores University, there are so much Northern Irish students that attend each year that there is an applicant day in Belfast to recruit. And finally, University of Liverpool offer a course called Irish Studies, where students can explore Irish identity and society. I spoke to Anya McDermott, an LJMU lecturer, originally from Belfast but moved to Liverpool as a student.
Liverpool John Moores is actually the biggest feeder for Irish and Northern Irish students of all unis in the UK, apparently. So I do a lot of student recruitments. I think why people pick Liverpool and also Liverpool John Moores is because of all the courses that they do. So like in Belfast, for example, you've got like Queen's and University of Ulster, which are good unis, but they do more like classic subjects, whereas LJMU has there's 4 universities like very in a close proximity, and they do more like applied subjects. So here I'm in the computer science and maths department. We've got good engineering courses, we've got good sports science, astrophysics, more, I'd say, industry-led things as well. And I think why people come to Liverpool and then stay in Liverpool is it's nice and quiet, it's nice and small. Like Belfast, where I'm from like the countryside, but Belfast as a city, it's not very big. And then when you come to Liverpool, it's also not very big. But if you're ever you need help or you need directions, people will stop and give you directions. As opposed to if you go down to London, which is a very big city, lots of people, it's always very busy, very rushed, And personally, I'll visit, I've got family in London as well. I'll go to London, but I just think with Liverpool, I just always like the quite relaxed pace of the city.
It's no secret that Liverpool is a student city, which makes it easier to fit in when you first move here. A lot of students from Northern Ireland have compared Liverpool to Belfast, which may cater to the reason so many are drawn to move here and study here. From the all-day St Patrick's Day celebrations to the GAA matches, it's a city full of Irish culture. Daniel Hamill is the Vice President of LJMU Irish Society, which aims to bring a sense of community and home to Northern Irish students in Liverpool.
This was the major city during the famine where a lot of people emigrated across to. I've met a lot of Scousers who are second, third generation Irish. They'll gladly tell you it. But it just is everything. One of my actually close friends called this place the 33rd county, which since being here for a year now, I do gladly agree with. It's just, I think for a lot of people, they would like to not stay and just try and build that sense of their own independence, that home away from home feeling as soon as you step down here. Again, I can be that sort of person. Just say football on itself, if you're a Liverpool fan or Everton fan, you're gonna love it here, obviously. But whenever I was in that, I immediately contacted a few ones that I did know who were over here, both here at John Moores and at Uni of Liverpool, and all of them told me go, because it is just something else.
Not to say Northern Ireland hasn't seen this issue of so many students going over the water for university. They've taken steps to keep students home for university instead of moving away, such as lower tuition rates to £4,750 a year, compared to the nearly £10,000 a year it costs to study in England and other parts of the UK. They've also added more applied courses that before could only be studied in other parts of the UK. However, has this really helped, as grade boundaries are still too high and unattainable for a lot of students, as well as the requirements within universities such as Queen's, where they refuse to see most BTEC subjects as A-level grades, and only allow one BTEC per student, which can make it difficult for students to apply to courses and leaves them disadvantaged. All these factors I've discovered, such as the student cap and the high grade boundaries, all factor into why so many students move to Liverpool. But it's difficult to fully understand. Everyone has a different story and a different reason why they moved. Whether they felt like they had to for a course they really wanted to do, or do they just love Liverpool as a city? For me, Northern Ireland has always been my home, but Liverpool has become my second home and a place I've been able to do what I'm passionate about.